Imagine this. It's Monday morning, you're sitting in a meeting at work, and your boss is talking about setting goals for the quarter. Everyone's nodding along, and you're just trying to keep up with the endless list of targets being thrown around. Then, out of nowhere, your boss turns to you and says, "So, what's your plan to exceed these goals?" There's a pause. Everyone's eyes are on you. You feel that familiar knot in your stomach, the one that says, "You better have the right answer." You blurt out something that sounds confident, but inside you're wondering, why do I feel like I'm walking a tightrope without a safety net? If you've ever felt like that, like there's this pressure to always have the answers, to never drop the ball, to be the one who's always got it together, you're not alone. Ladies and gentlemen, what you're feeling is the weight of invisible expectations. These are the unspoken rules that say you have to meet certain standards to be valued, respected, or even just to keep up. They're the kind of expectations that sneak up on you, not because someone told you directly, but because they're just there, woven into the fabric of everyday life. In today's video, we're going to dive into what these invisible expectations are, how they shape our lives without us even realizing it, and most importantly, how you can break free from them. Because let's be honest, carrying this weight around isn't just tiring, it's exhausting. The most heaviest intangible things, the weight of unspoken expectations. From the time we're kids, we're handed these invisible contracts that tell us how we're supposed to behave, what we're supposed to achieve, and who we're supposed to be. They come from everywhere: family, friends, society. And most of the time, we just go along with them because it feels like the right thing to do. But here's the problem. These expectations are often unrealistic, outdated, or just plain unfair. They can make you feel like you're never doing enough, never quite measuring up, and always chasing some elusive idea of success or manhood. It's like playing a game where the rules keep changing, but nobody told you. For example, you might feel pressured to always have it together, never show weakness, and constantly be climbing some ladder, whether it's career, social status, or even physical fitness. And if you're not, well, then you're made to feel like you're failing. Let's be honest, some of these expectations are as confusing as trying to put together IKEA furniture without the instructions. You think you're on the right track, but somehow you've got a bookshelf that looks more like modern art, and you're just standing there like, well, it's abstract, I guess. Now, if you made so far in this video, time to recognize these expectations. So how do you even begin to tackle something that you can't see, but definitely feel? First, you have to recognize these expectations for what they are: social constructs. They're not laws of the universe. They're just ideas that have been passed down, sometimes for generations, without anyone stopping to ask if they still make sense. Start by identifying where these pressures are coming from. Is it your job, your family, your friends, or even yourself? Sometimes, the harshest expectations are the ones we place on ourselves because we think that's what everyone else expects. Now, ladies and gentlemen, time to break free yourself and buy your own from the shitty unspoken contracts or rules. Once you've recognized these expectations, it's time to start breaking free. And no, this doesn't mean running off to a cabin in the woods to live off the grid. Unless that's your thing, then by all means, go for it. What it means is challenging the assumptions that have been placed on you. Ask yourself, why am I doing this? Is it because I really want to, or because I feel like I have to? If it's the latter, it's time to rethink your approach. It's okay to set your own rules, to live by your own values, and to define success in a way that feels right for you. Now, gentlemen, here comes real-life application when you need. Now let's make this practical. Here are a few steps you can take. 1. The best advice: communicate. If you feel like the expectations from others are weighing you down, have a conversation. Sometimes just voicing these pressures can lighten the load. 2. Set boundaries. It's okay to say no. It's okay to push back against what's expected of you, especially if it doesn't align with who you are or what you want. 3. Focus on what matters. Shift your attention from what others expect of you to what truly matters to you. This can be your passions, your values, or your personal goals. 4. If you can, find support if and only if needed. There are hundreds of apps where you can talk to put professionals in their fields about your personal life problems. Example, BetterHelp. And this is not a sponsor video. It is just a recommendation. If needed, you should. If not, you are good to go. You're not alone in this. Talking to others who feel the same way can be really helpful, until you think yourself like that Ayano Koji. And trust me, sometimes just knowing someone else gets it can make all the difference. Try to understand. Breaking free from invisible expectations is not about rejecting society or isolating yourself completely, like many other children's nowadays thinks after watching some animes like Death Note or Classroom of the Elite. To be honest, it's about finding a way to live authentically, on your own terms. Remember, the most important contract you'll ever sign is the one you make with yourself, deciding how you want to live, what you want to believe, and who you want to be. So take a moment and ask yourself, whose expectations am I really trying to meet? And if they're not yours, maybe it's time to start renegotiating that contract. Thanks for watching, and if this resonated with you, hit that like button and share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's start a conversation about how we can all live a little more freely. If you want to improve in your life, this channel is just for you. In this channel, you don't get content like how to talk like Ayano Koji, how to think like Ayano Koji, how to observe like him, Ayano Koji morning routine, and blah blah blah. And I know many 14-year-old kids may get angry after hearing this, because that's reality. So here you will get practical knowledge. Let's take an example of chess. If you just have started learning chess and gone to YouTube or to buy courses of hundreds and hundreds of openings, trying to learn every opening, and in the end, you will feel tired and knowledge overload. What you should have done is just to learn some opening principles, just some principles, and you're good to go with the opening phase, like king's pawn or queen's pawn, knight out, bishop out, and simply putting king to safety by castling. And yeah, I know this is not a chess video, but I'm talking about this because I want to make you all know you don't have to learn everything that you can. Remember, you can never be a millionaire by learning, but by applying. And on that note, take care and keep grinding here. And as you take on the world, know that I'm right here, cheering you on every step of the way. Stay strong, stay focused.